to Arch's detriment, he did take a little too long with some reads. He was late on throws. He missed some open targets. There is nobody on this tech.
But I've said this for a long time. The hype on Arch Manning was fucking insane. He is, and I know what you're doing. Like, you're in the business. I always hate the word, like, it's for clicks. Well, yeah, that's the business they're in. Like, the business Ryan Day's in is to win games. If you do something for the internet in terms of writing, your job is to get people to click on it and look, right? It's why Bronny James a couple years ago was mocked as a top 10 pick. It's why Arch Manning this year is being, most people are talking about it. It's not just one person, it's universal.
Arch Manning has now become the center of attention here in Cleveland. With GM Andrew Berry and owner Jimmy Haslam making their way to his game, all eyes are on him. But things took a turn when Manning fumbled, not just once, but really badly. And now the debate is heating up. Some are quick to defend him, chalking it up to a single game, but others are asking whether the hype is really justified. Meanwhile, with Cleveland's interest clearly peaking, there's a growing sense that the Browns might be eyeing Manning for the future, using Shedeur for this season but planning to pivot next year. But what's really going on here? Let's break it all down.
And I don't think he's coming out after 1 year.
I don't either.
I don't.
No.
But I think there will be a conversation about it given who holds the first pick.
Arch Manning is just 1 year into his college football career, yet the buzz around him potentially entering the NFL next year is already growing. Even more surprising is the reported interest from the Cleveland Browns. The hype surrounding Manning is massive, despite him still being early in his college journey. However, the Browns' focus on Manning raises some questions, especially considering Shedeur Sanders is still available and performing at an elite level. Sanders has posted impressive stats and demonstrated top-tier skills in college, yet Manning continues to be touted as the future QB savior for Cleveland. The real question is, why all the attention on Manning when Sanders has a stronger track record and better numbers so far? Let's take a closer look at the college stats and achievements of both quarterbacks to see how they truly compare. When you look at Arch Manning and Shedeur Sanders side by side, it's clear both have tremendous talents and impressive backgrounds. But their journeys to prominence have been very different, which makes the mounting speculation around Manning's potential NFL jump even more intriguing, especially in light of Sanders' highly successful and polished college career. Looking at their 2024 seasons, Manning, in his redshirt freshman year at Texas, had a limited role. He made only 2 starts, with most of his playing time coming as a backup to starter Quinn Ewers. In his limited opportunities, Manning showed glimpses of his potential, including a standout performance against UTSA, where he threw for 223 yards and 5 touchdowns. His overall stats for the 2024 season: 63 completions on 95 attempts for 969 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions, are solid, though they came from a small sample size. Manning also showcased his dual threat ability, rushing for 115 yards and 4 touchdowns. However, his biggest challenge came during a full start against ULM, where he passed for 258 yards, but also threw 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. The limited playing time and occasional inconsistencies make it hard to form a definitive assessment, but there's no denying the promise he showed as a potential future star. In contrast, Shedeur Sanders had a full season as the starting quarterback for the Colorado Buffaloes in 2024, and his performance reflects that experience. Sanders completed 353 of 477 passes for 4,134 yards, 37 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions, leading Colorado to a 9-4 record and an Alamo Bowl appearance. His efficiency was outstanding, completing 74% of his passes despite facing significant challenges from Colorado's offensive line, which allowed him to be sacked 42 times. Even under intense pressure, Sanders maintained one of the lowest off-target rates in the country, showcasing exceptional accuracy and decision-making. His ability to stay composed and consistent as a full-time starter makes his impressive stats even more noteworthy, especially when compared to Manning's much more limited playing time. When comparing their rushing abilities, Manning clearly stands out for his mobility, rushing for 115 yards and 4 touchdowns, including a 67-yard touchdown run that showcased his athleticism. In contrast, Sanders isn't known for his running ability, and his rushing stats were impacted by the large number of sacks he took. However, he still managed to contribute 4 rushing touchdowns, proving that he could be effective on the ground when necessary. While both quarterbacks possess undeniable talent, the comparison between Manning and Sanders highlights a significant gap in experience and consistency. Sanders, with multiple years as a starting quarterback, has shown leadership by overcoming challenges like a weak offensive line, ultimately leading Colorado to one of its best seasons in recent history. Manning, on the other hand, has yet to complete a full season and is still in the early stages of his development. His debut game in 2025 against Ohio State will be a crucial test, as it revealed some of the struggles he still faces, including issues with accuracy and decision-making under pressure. Despite Sanders having a more established college career, the hype surrounding Manning is undeniable. His last name alone carries significant weight, being the nephew of NFL legends Peyton and Eli Manning. With Sanders' refined playmaking skills and Manning's untapped potential, the debate over which quarterback the Browns should invest in for the future will continue to evolve as their careers progress. The big question now is whether the Browns will stick with Shedeur Sanders, a proven college talent who's already demonstrated he can handle pressure, or if they'll take a chance on Manning, whose career is still in its early stages and whose potential is yet to be fully realized. The conversation surrounding Arch Manning's hype isn't likely to die down anytime soon, especially in comparison to Shedeur Sanders. Many are questioning whether Manning truly deserves the attention he's been getting, considering his limited experience. College football analyst John McDeloff weighed in, noting that Manning is still only 6 months into his college career. He pointed out that it's common for players to receive massive attention early on, but the pressure to meet those expectations can be overwhelming. McDeloff warned that even one poor performance could derail a player's momentum, leading to struggles that could result in fewer opportunities or even a decline in their career. He suggested that Manning might be starting down this path, with his underwhelming debut performance possibly being an early sign of deeper issues. 123-147, McDeloff didn't hold back, asserting that the hype surrounding Arch Manning is completely out of proportion to what he's actually achieved so far in his career. He argued that the media frenzy around Manning is more about generating clicks and views than it is about any real, performance-based justification. According to McDeloff, this isn't just about football anymore. The pressure surrounding Manning is becoming a major factor. The constant media spotlight is clearly taking its toll, and it's beginning to show in his performances on the field. With such high expectations placed on him, it's becoming evident that living up to them is proving to be far more difficult than many initially thought.
But I've said this for a long time. The hype on Arch Manning was fucking insane. He is, and I know what you're doing, like you're in the business. I always hate the word like, it's for clicks. Well, yeah, that's the business they're in. Like the business Ryan Day's in is to win games. If you do something for the internet in terms of writing, your job is to get people to click on it and look, right? It's why Bronny James a couple years ago was mocked as a top 10 pick. It's why Arch Manning this year is being, most people are talking about it. It's not just one person, it's universal.
The debate surrounding Arch Manning and Shedeur Sanders highlights a clash between raw potential and proven success. Manning, still early in his college career, has shown glimpses of brilliance, but has yet to play a full season, making it difficult to fully assess his capabilities. His immense potential, bolstered by his family legacy, continues to drive the hype, but with the mounting pressure from media attention, the challenge of living up to such high expectations is becoming evident. On the other hand, Shedeur Sanders has demonstrated exceptional consistency, leadership, and poise as a full-time starter, leading Colorado to a successful season, despite facing a shaky offensive line. Sanders' college career has set him up as a more reliable prospect, and his ability to handle pressure makes him an attractive option for teams looking for immediate impact. As the Cleveland Browns weigh their future options, they'll have to consider whether they want to take a risk on Manning's raw potential or invest in the polished, proven skills of Sanders. While Manning's future is full of promise, it's clear that the path ahead won't be easy. For now, the hype around Manning may be more about what he could become, while Sanders' success serves as a reminder that solid, consistent play should never be overlooked. What do you think? Are the Browns focusing too much on Arch Manning's potential? Or is this just part of the scouting process? Can Manning handle the pressure and live up to the hype? Or is he still too raw? With Shedeur Sanders proving himself in college, does he deserve more attention? Or is Manning's upside too tempting to ignore? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. This debate is just getting started.